I've worked in different versions of SAP and different versions of VIM. I've worked in all different kind of projects for VIM, right from support to upgrade to implementation. I worked from different versions on VIM from 5.1 till 20.3. Okay. And I am the trainer who will be taking care of this course content part of it. Okay. Can we go with a quick introduction from your side? So that will help me in understanding your background and your experience so that I can plan these sessions accordingly.
Okay, Sachin. So, hi, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Bhaskar. I have 6+
So your
years.
voice is little bit feeble. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Bhaskar. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, I'm Bhaskar. I have 6+ years of experience as an end user. So, from the growth perspective, I'm like to learn a bit. So, because of that reason, I'm eagerly waiting for this class.
Okay. So you're already working as a Vim end user?
Yes, the main user.
Okay.
And both
Okay.
ECC and EWeb.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. So you're working in AP area to process invoices as an end user. Is my
Yes.
understanding correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Perfect. 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 Thanks, Bhaskar.
Hi, this is Gopal Krishnan. Total, I have the 10+ years of experience, including to SAP. So, actually, recently I am assigned to the one Vim project, so that I wanted to learn this Vim scenarios.
Okay. So you're working as a consultant.
Consultant, yes.
Okay. And all 10 years in SAP FICO or SAP
Yes,
MM or
FI CO and FI joint venture accounting, like that. FI CO mainly.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's say SAP FI because CO is anyways not relevant for
yeah,
Vim perspective.
yeah, FI AP mainly. Yes, understood.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Gopal. Okay. Who goes next?
Hello. Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Anjan. I am from the UK. I have total 11 years of experience in SAP FICO.
Okay. And you already have worked on Vim or you want to learn Vim?
No, this is the first time learning this one.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any project or you're just learning out of curiosity?
I'm just learning this one.
Okay. Okay. Perfectly fine. Perfect. Thanks, Anjan.
Thank you.
Raju? Ravi? Raju and Ravi, am I audible to you guys?
Yes, we are audible.
No, no, I understand, Gopal. You, Bhaskar, and Anjan have already introduced. I'm just checking with there are two other guys named as Raju and Ravi. Just trying to see if they are able to hear me out. Like, is there any challenge they are facing on their side or not with audio? Okay, Ravi has some problem with his mic. Ravi, can you maybe type in your quick introduction if you are able to hear me? You are having some challenge with your mic. If you can hear me, can you just give your quick introduction or chat? Yes, please go ahead. Okay. So Ravi, I got to know that you are having 13 plus year experience, and may I know which module you are working? Are you working in SAP or something else? And if SAP, which module in SAP? SAP basis. Okay. Ravi is from SAP basis. You hear that? Thanks, Ravi. How about you, Raju? End user, 2 years experience. Is my understanding correct? Okay. Okay. Thanks, Raju, for confirming. And Ravi, you said like earlier you were working as SAP basis for 13 years, and now you want to enhance this skill. Is my understanding correct? Are you working right now or are you on a break? Okay, you are on a break right now. Okay, okay. Okay, thanks for your quick introduction. That helps me in understanding the background, so that will help me in planning the sessions accordingly. Okay, so for the today's session, I plan to give you a basic overview of the Vim as a tool. Okay, if you guys are already aware about it, do let me know. We can quickly run through the slides. I have a few slides only, one single deck, few slides. Okay, and if you have any questions, meanwhile you can prompt me. Okay, Raju and Ravi. I would have since your audio is not working, once I go into screen sharing mode, it would be challenging for me to basically monitor your chats. So how can we do? Let me just check with Subbu if he can monitor and then read out your messages in between if there are any. I've requested Subbu. So Raju and Ravi, if you have any questions, then please let me know. If you have any questions, like you can type in, and then Subbu will try to read out those questions. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
guys,
can you please
once I
put in
go in,
presenting mode? Can you please put in
yeah,
presenting mode?
I will.
Yeah.
Okay. So before starting, I just wanted to make one request to everyone. See, once I go into presenting mode, full screen mode, I won't be able to see the go to screen. Okay. So in case if you have any questions, queries, please call out with audio. Okay. And wherever you have a query, you raise a question there and there itself. No need to wait towards the end. Okay, we'll be happy to answer your questions. And secondly, since we are connecting over a virtual network here, I mean to say, like, we are not face to face. We are uh, I can't see your faces, so I would be totally dependent on your feedback. Okay, so whenever I'm asking something, it would be very helpful if you can respond me. So that will give me understanding that yes, you guys are able to get the points which I'm trying to share. Okay, and let's make this session more interactive. Okay, so if there is a participation equally from your side as well, it will be very helpful. Are we good with this?
Yes, Sachin. We're good to go.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we'll start with the presentation. Uh, SAP Vendor Invoice Management. Okay, what is SAP Vendor Invoice Management? Okay, basically, SAP has its own product called as SAP. This was built by SAP AG, and it has it's an ERP solution given by SAP, right? Within the ERP solution, there are different modules: FI, MM, SD, and so on, so forth, right? Within the FI and MM module, there is an integration, and that's a process called as procure to payment, where you purchase to payment. So whenever you purchase something, you have to make the payment. So there is a process behind it overall. Okay, this is also termed as AP process, accounts payable process. Okay, so that is where like you will purchase something from your vendors, and in turn you have to make a payment for it. Right, a very generic thing where you go anywhere, you purchase something, obviously you have to pay for it. That's a AP process. But when we talk from big organizations, larger organizations, then there is a process behind it, because it is not immediate thing. Like you have contracts, you go with the purchase orders, they deliver the goods. The goods can be delivered in multiple installments and all. Then they raise the invoice, and then the payments are made. Okay, there are a lot of things which has to be taken care within the whole process end to end. Within this process, vendor invoice management. So when you receive the invoices from the vendors, okay, that itself is a bigger chunk or a larger chunk where a lot of things has to be taken care. Okay, there are a lot of challenges which the industry was facing with the SAP given process. So SAP has given an AP process, a P2P process. Okay, so they have their own transactions to raise the vendor invoices like FB60 or MIRO. Okay, with those also the vendor invoices can be posted, but there are some gaps. There are some challenges which industry was facing. Okay, to overcome such challenges, there is an organization called as Open Text AG. So this organization have built a solution or a tool which works on top of SAP. Okay, so when I say top of SAP, that means it needs SAP being installed first, and on top of that you can implement this tool. Okay, in a very generic term, we can say it's kind of a custom tool or a custom solution built on SAP. In general, if you're working for any organization who is using SAP, you would have seen that there would be a lot of custom solutions being built for the organizations based on their requirement. Similar to that, OpenText has built a solution, and they have generalized it so that it becomes overall a tool, and it is being used by multiple organizations. OpenText is one of the market leader in vendor invoice management. Okay, so that is the base or the background of the VIM, or vendor invoice management, as a tool or as a solution built by OpenText. It's a add-on solution or bolt-on solution on the SAP. That means your SAP is the base, and on top of the SAP it is implemented. It requires a separate license. Since it's a third-party tool or a separate tool apart from SAP, it requires a separate license. Okay. It support all the versions of SAP. That means like there are different versions of VIM for different versions of SAP. With the latest version of VIM is supporting the latest version of S/4HANA as well. Okay. Product is being expanded along with SAP. So as SAP is progressing further with the product, they are bringing up new functionality and additional things. VIM is in alignment with SAP, and they are also expanding their product. Okay. Recently, when I say recently, it's not like few years before, SAP and OpenText has partnered together. Now SAP and OpenText are partners, and since then the solution is also termed as, instead of OpenText vendor invoice management, it is also termed as SAP vendor invoice management. Even in SAP, from SAP side, they say like if you need a solution for vendor invoice management, go with SAP vendor invoice management, that is Open Text vendor invoice management. Okay, so SAP is not developing any solution on their own for vendor invoice management. They have partnered with Open Text. Okay, the tool in itself, as I said, like it was built with a uh, target to achieve the or to bridge the gaps which the standard open text standard SAP process has. The standard SAP P2P process has certain gaps or challenges which are faced in industry. So the tool itself was built to address those. Okay, so there are certain pre-processes, various ways to get the invoices. Those are channels, right? A workflow for approval. So all this is part of the tool itself. Okay. Tool is very flexible and customizable. That you will understand when we start digging out more into the details. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so talking about the features of VIM. VIM is implementation or like implemented on top of SAP. So this has to be like it has its own packages, okay, which needs to be implemented. Okay, so it comes as an we can say like out of the box solutions. That means that it has a pre-configuration available. Okay, that is like when you install the VIM, with the installation activities completed, you already have certain configuration available in the system, which with which you can start using the VIM solution. Okay, so it's an out of the box solution, or you can say like kind of a we cannot say exactly plug and play. Okay, because you need to install those packages. It's not plug and play, but with the installation, all the configuration comes with the box itself, or pre-installed, pre-configured. I won't say pre-installed. Installation is needed, but pre-configured. Okay, automation and collaboration. Lot of checks, etc. Lot of activities are automated with the VIM solution. Okay, and with this automation, it brings better collaboration between different teams within the business fraternity, and that helps in overall what we can say it improves the overall productivity for vendor invoice management. Excuse me. Direct information is available. That means like there are certain roles, right? We are everyone who's working in SAP would aware that there are certain roles which user access management team, UAM team, or GRC team, or your security team takes care of that, right? So with those roles, people are able to access certain things, and certain accesses are restricted, or certain information is restricted for access. So sorry, similar to that, there are certain roles available within VIM as well. In addition to the GRC roles, there is a different concept of roles within the VIM also, that also restricts certain information. Okay. And it also, with the latest version, which is supported for S4HANA, it also has its own Fiori apps and reports and all. Like in the earlier version, reports were already there. Okay, and certain different transactions were there. But with S4HANA, they have also brought the Fiori apps. So information is directly available to the users. The relevant information is available to the users, and the irrelevant information is restricted. Machine learning and AI, Open Text is working on a solution like on an OCR solution, which is tightly integrated with VIM. Okay, the vim solution is tightly the ocr solution is tightly integrated with vim, and in there they are using this machine learning and ai capability to get a better recognition rate, okay, or a better working of the extraction of the information from the invoices automatically. ECM integration or integration with other solutions. OpenText, as I said, like it's an organization, so it does has another other solutions also, or tools also. So OpenText has its own solution for enterprise content management, which is ECM. It has archive server service. It provides a service for archiving, and it has OCR as a solution. So all these are different solutions from OpenText. All these solutions can be well integrated with Vim. Okay, since these are all different solutions, all these are licensed products. So these are different products which needs to be procured, and then those can be integrated with Vim. Okay, any questions on this?
Sachin, I have one thing.
Yes, please.
So I just want to know what are the roles within the WIM. Just like in SAP, we have ABAP and FI. So ABAP team is dealing with the complete technical part, and FI and other SDMM models or functional models. The same as way. So do we have a separate module, roles within the WIM? Just I want to know. And uh, as you mentioned, so what is the a new version of the BIM? So and it's a license date like it can be worked till 24, 25. So I just want to know these details as
Okay, so to answer the first one, right, vim solution is a bolt-on solution on SAP, so it follows the same architecture, same framework as that of SAP. So yes, we will have the same structure as like functional team and the development team, the ABAP team who will write the code, and the functional team who will be working as a consultant. Okay,
well.
now
Okay,
it depends
so
on the organization. Sorry, please go.
yeah, continue.
Okay, it depends on the organization. Your organization, like generally, lower level or small level organizations would not be using SAP and Vim as such. To the best of my experience, I have not seen small level organizations using this, but yes, mid level and large level organizations and very large level organizations are using this. Okay, so in those organizations, generally you have segregation of duties. Okay, so hence you will not have a situation where the consultant is writing the code as well as configuration. Both would be different teams. So you will always have a consultant or functional team and a development team. Okay.
Okay.
And to answer the
So
second
now,
part of it, you were asking about what is the latest version of Vim,
yes.
right? So Vim is, as I said, like Vim and SAP has partnered. Okay, and hence since they have partnered with the latest version of S4 HANA, SAP is releasing a new version every quarter, right? Same way, Vim is also releasing a new version every quarter. Okay, and the way SAP is releasing, that is for the cloud-based, and for the on-prem, SAP is releasing new version every year. Same is with Vim. So Vim is following the same pattern because Vim is nowhere different from SAP, or it cannot become an independent, because since it is uh, what I can say, it is a bolt-on system, so it has to go in hand with SAP. Does that answer your query?
Yes, it's completely. Just to add on to your questions, one thing is so
Mm-hmm.
today we are going with the functional consultant as a remote, right? So are we going to touch any of the basics of the complete details about the whole roles about the technical part and the functional part in the complete training session, or how we are going to get the some of the
Uh,
information about the other roles?
mhm, mhm. And so basically, when we talk about Vim as a solution, as an implementation, or like generally what I do is I use a terminology as a Vim consultant. Okay, I do not use a terminology as a functional consultant or a developer. Okay, when you say Vim consultant, okay, uh, it is most suitable for a techno-functional guy. So who has a functional knowledge as well as a technical knowledge is a perfect solution for them. Okay. Having said that, it does not mean that if someone is working as a functional consultant, okay, cannot go for Vim. Okay, because every I would say like if a person who's working as a functional consultant, he would have the functional knowledge, so he would be able to grasp the functional knowledge easily. Okay. And technical part of it, as I said, most of the organizations will not allow you to write the code. Okay, so what you need, the technical part of it is understanding the concept, that where you need to involve the technical team. Okay, so if you have that understanding, that should be fine with you. So as a like we have trained multiple students earlier in earlier batches who were from a functional background, who were from an end user background. Okay, end user has their own advantage as they know the process part of it, the business process. So that helps them. They have a different perspective when you look at a tool, which a functional consultant also lack in some cases. Okay, so that's also a beneficial scenario when, okay, but everyone has to understand the technical concepts, and I'll be helping in them with providing the basics of it. We are not going to dwell into the how to write the code and what is the algorithm, or what is the syntax and all. We're not going to dwell into that because that's not needed. That is, as I said, like a separate area of the development team or the ABAP team who will do that. Okay, you would have to assist them, and if you have the understanding, the technical understanding, then that helps in designing a solution in a better way. Okay, it's not a mandatory thing that you need to know the technical things. If you know it, it is an add-on. It helps in designing a better solution. Okay, even if you does not know, you can have a meeting with your ABAP team, explain them the functionality, and your ABAP team should be able to understand how to build that solution.
Okay, since you mentioned it is a techno consultant role,
It's the best
role
suited, or like a techno-functional consultant is the best candidate for this.
right. So, would you prefer any mandatory prerequisites before getting to the WIM consultant?
Not necessary as such. Okay, having said that, as I said, like there is no mandate as such. Okay, if you have something, it is an add-on, it is a beneficial thing. Okay, so if someone who is a technical consultant, or I would say like a developer or a bapper, okay, so for them it would be useful if they can go through the overall P2P process, P2P cycle in SAP, how this work, what are the different transactions, what are different processes in this overall. So if they go through that basic understanding, that will help them. If someone who is an end user can also go through the same P2P cycle, standard SAP P2P cycle, that will help them to understand the SAP point of view. Okay, and then the rest of the detail, how to configure the Vim solution, how the Vim solution will interact with SAP, how it will interact with FI module, how it will interact with module, where do we need the technical team's involvement, what all can be done as a configuration, all that will be covered in the course content.
Right. So I take last one question. Okay. Since you have so many years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
do you see this WIM consultant would be the part of SAP team, or do they have a separate team?
Vim consultant will be part of the SAP team itself. Okay. Now again it depends on the organization to organization. In some organization, what I have seen is in some organization they like Vim is falling under the FI area, and FI team or FI consultants work as Vim consultant, or the other way around, Vim consultant work as a part of the FI team. Okay, in some organizations I've seen that Vim consultants are part of team, since it is an gray area of like the vendor invoice management is a gray area of FI and So in some cases it falls under team, in some cases it falls as FI team. Okay, but very large organizations where they have lot of invoices coming in per day and all, they would always prefer, even if it is part of FI or as a part of reporting, they will have person working dedicatedly on Vim. So if someone is part of FI team also, Vim consultant will be working only on Vim.
Great, Sachin. Thanks for the detailed explanation. I think so. Let me allow others if they have any questions.
Yep, thanks for raising the questions. That help. I hope that will have provided the clarification to everyone. Yep. Anyone else has any questions? Please don't hesitate. Anything you have, please raise a question. Okay. I always believe that there is, like, normally people have some hesitation. Okay, it's a very small doubt. What others will think if I ask? Don't hesitate at all. Okay, a doubt is a doubt. It's never a small or big. And also, I would recommend that if you have any doubt, any query, get it resolved then and there itself. Okay, because if you do not get resolved, it will stay somewhere in the back of your mind and keep bothering you. That will basically uh, hinder your attention part of it, and will impact overall learning process. So I would recommend to raise your questions or queries if you have anything. Okay, get it clarified then and there itself. No more queries?
I think one more, Sachin. Sorry to bother you.
No worries.
SAP
Don't be sorry. As
has
I said, like, we
large market in the across the globe. How this open text is going to compare with the SAP, and how about the uh, I can say the job openings now and in the future.
see Vim, as I said earlier, Vim or OpenText Vim is one of the market leaders in this particular area of vendor invoice management. There is no competition near about. Okay, so there is, and in addition to that, Vim is a niche area. Okay, you will not find, as I said, like go through the basics of P2P process and all, you will find very good articles, very good blogs, very good videos explaining all these things, right? But if you go and search for Vim, you will not find any blog, any videos or any articles explaining this.
Yes, that's true. Because I'm been searching for this film over 3 months, but I'll be able to get the basic information about, but not
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah, you will not find the training content basically. Okay, the reason
Yes,
is OpenText is managing that the information should not be leaked out in public as open source. Okay, that is where, and they have kept the basics, so that keeps the hunger open for the users. People go and read the basics, they have that hunger, and then they would have to search for the training. Basically, OpenText themselves are providing the trainings and certifications.
right. Yeah, since you mentioned about the certification program, so how it is going to be added, and is that I mean, how value added to the current training program?
Like once you know the details of Vim solution in detail, you understand the Vim solution, it is surely going to add value to your profile. Okay, now how much value it adds, it all depends on the market. Okay, see, market, as I said, Vim is a niche area. Market always have open demands for Vim. You can go and search, you will always find openings available for Vim consultants. You add Vim in your profile and you will start getting additional calls. Okay, my experience, I can share some examples. We have seen that people have learned Vim and then they have switched their existing jobs with uh, ranging from 50% to 100% hikes and all. People have landed with multiple job offers
Yeah.
because of the
So
Vim
that's what
profile
the
added into
expectation.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what the expectations of once we complete these training sessions. I think because
Yeah. See, yeah,
whoever
sorry,
is a
sorry,
part of
complete.
this training program, they have already, they have experience, and they, I think most of them are they are settled with the existing job. So because of Vim, why they are going to choose is because of the added advantage, and they are looking for the
Yeah. See,
very
that's what I said. Like, I can say that yes, Vim will surely add value to your profile. It's a niche area, and knowing a niche area will always add a value, right? Now, having
right.
said that, we cannot commit anything because it is totally market dependent. If
Of
tomorrow is
course.
market is down, if there are no openings in general, you will not have openings for Vim as well, right? There are
Right.
openings in general available, you will also have openings for Vim, and Vim will like with Vim knowledge, you can always negotiate for a better package. You can all like again it depends on your negotiation skills also, right? How the interview is attended.
Yes, yes, of course. It's a case to case
See,
basis.
when we talk about this interview and packages and openings and all, there are a lot of other parameters coming into picture, right? How the person is appearing for the interview, how the interviewer is available, which organizations you are going for, what are
Yeah,
the
I think
demands.
that part is everyone is aware because it's already they are working on some other organization. I think everyone knows. I think that's
Yeah,
completely last final questions from me, Sachin. Thanks for
no,
the
no,
meeting.
no. See, that's fine. See, the point here, what I wanted to convey was that as whatever I've shared is my experience. Please don't take this as a commitment.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions from anyone? No more questions. Then I'll proceed with the next slide. What are the benefits with the Vim? As I said that once the Vim is installed, it brings a lot of things. Okay, automation and collaboration. What we discussed earlier. So there are a lot of checks and all which are carried out in the vendor invoice process. Those checks are automated. It automatically moves the invoice moves from one team to other team. Whoever is the responsible team, it will go to their queue and all to take the action. There is a workflow which is moving, okay, approval and all. So with all overall the solution, it accelerates the overall turnaround time required for an invoice. Okay, thus it is lesser the time required for processing one invoice, right? Lesser the team is required, and it overall boosts your productivity and revenue. Since it is taking care of all the checks, all the compliances, all the fraudulent activities, there is an approval process uh, available in the Vim workflow as a by default or a built-in part of it. Okay, so that helps you organization becoming aware about any fraud transactions or any fraud invoices and being compliant with the legal authorities. All those legal part, since it is a part of SAP along with open text, so all the legal part is also taken care. If there are any legal changes or requirement coming in, there are standard solutions provided by open text. Okay, the latest example we can say like few years earlier when India brought in GST, right? It was a legal change, and OpenText provided a solution for GST. So your vendor invoices with GST can be processed via Vim. So all that is taken care. Your legal compliance part is taken care, right? So as I said earlier, Vim can be used as an out of the box, and it is bringing, improving the productivity, increasing the collaboration, and reducing the turnaround the time of the invoices and all. Right? It starts giving you profit from the out of the box. Okay. So these are like few basics or like few benefits which we can count on. When we dwell into the details of the solution and we go through the details of each and every node and configuration process and all that, you will understand how flexible, how customizable the tool is and how much benefit it will bring to the end users. or the overall organization as a process in the business process itself. Okay, there are few things which we cannot express in words and all, so you'll understand once you go through it. You will start appreciating more once you understand the solution in detail. Okay, anyone has any questions over here? Okay, if there are no questions, we'll quickly go through the process. What is the invoice processing steps involved in an invoice, vendor invoice process, and how it will be catered in VIM and all. Okay, with VIM, how it will be catered, we'll see that. So this is a basic, what we can say, process where you receive an invoice, then somebody will do the metadata load or data entry part of it. Somebody will validate the data entry. After the data entry is validated, then there will be some business rule checks. That means all the fields are populated, whatever is the required information is available in the invoice or not. Okay, it will, somebody will review these rule checks and approve it, and then it will be posted in SAP. So this is a very basic generic invoice process, vendor invoice process. Okay, how this is taken care in VIM solution is that where you have the first step is receiving the invoice. So this invoice can be received in paper format or electronic format. Okay, if it is in a raw format or unstructured format, then the image will be archived into archive server, okay, for future reference and audit usage. Once the invoice is archived, image is archived, it will go for the next step, which is capturing the metadata. This can be done manually or it can be automated using OCR tool, OCR solution. Okay, that's an optional part of it. It's a separate license tool. Okay, you can use Open Text OCR, or organizations can opt for third-party OCR tool also. There are a lot of third-party OCR tools available in the market. It is organization's choice if they want to go with Open Text OCR or a third-party OCR, or if they do not want to go with OCR and stay with manual. All three options are available. Then it will go into this validating the metadata or the data entry part validation, check for business rules and duplicates and all these checks. All these are automated checks. Okay, if there are any exception, if there are any errors, then there is an exception handling process over there. And once the business rules are approved, all that is done, then it is posted into SAP. So it is the same process what you have here, but the part which is manual is being automated. So the metadata loading or the data entry part can be automated using OCR. Validate metadata is, and business rule check is automated, and approval part is also automated. Like in a sense, obviously someone would have to approve it, but it goes for someone's approval automatically via workflow. Okay, there is no manual intervention to send the invoice for approval. Somebody has to carry the document, physical document and all, that is not required. Okay, no email, no ping, etc. is required. It automatically lands into the approvers queue, and then they will be able to see on their screen directly. Any questions on this? Okay, no questions. Then we have another representation of the same flow. Okay, how this once works is here on the bottom you can say it is a physical invoice coming in. So physical invoice is scanned and then it goes for archival. Okay, and the physical invoice can go into physical archival. So the physical invoice is physically archived, the scan copy is, or the digital copy is digitally archived. Okay, if you receive an email or your invoice over an email, so it's a digital copy, so it directly goes for archival. After the archival, it can go to OCR and OCR validation, that is your metadata validation part of it. and then it gets registered as a document into Vim. Okay, there are other ways to receive the invoices, which is e-invoicing or iDocs. Okay, there are some scenarios like in Brazil you have something called as NFE, nota fiscal, where you receive the invoice as an XML data. So those are right digital format and structured format. Here it is digital but raw format or unstructured format. Here you have a structured format, so it directly goes into Vim and registers a document. Depending on the type of the document, it could be a direct FI invoice or a non-PO document, or it could be a PO based invoice. If it is a PO based invoice, all the standard SAP processes will get applied, three-way match, etc. will be applied. Everything is okay, it gets posted and released for payment. In case of FI, it goes for approval, and if it is approved, it goes for payment, released for payment. Representation of the same flow in a different manner or a different approach. Okay, it's the same process. Any questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, we go further. Here I have tried to depict a very basic initial concept of archiving, how the archiving will work, and what all, like till what depth we are going to cover in the course content. So that is what I've tried to represent here, that we'll be going to the content repository, presetting folders, how the link in archive works. Okay, all these details will be discussed, or all these concepts will be discussed in details. Okay, sorry, in detail, and all those stuff will be covered in detail. Okay, so this is kind of a representation that what till what depth we are going to cover in the course content. And this is another representation of different concepts of Vim. Okay, this is something we can term as a mind map. Okay, so this gives you an pictorial representation or an understanding of different concepts, how they are linked to each other. Okay, that helps in understanding the overall concept and the picture. Okay, this kind of representation is called as a mind map. You can maybe search for mind map, you will get more details on it. Okay, because it is easier for your human brain to remember things in pictorial format. Okay, and this is how it works in our brain as well. Like all our neurons are connected to each other in a similar fashion. Different things are connecting to each other. So this is a representation for different Vim concepts. Okay, so this is all what I wanted to present as an overview, that what we are going to cover, what is a Vim solution, what we are going to cover in the course content, how the process works, how Vim caters the process and all. If you guys have any questions, please let me know now. Okay, I'll exit from the presentation mode and I'll go to the go to screen. So if you guys have typed in something in chat also, I will be able to see that now. Okay, I cannot see the chat until I stop the screen sharing. So I'll stop my screen sharing for a while just to read the chats if there is anything. Okay, I see a comment from Ravi. No questions. Okay, Anjan says no questions. Okay, so I don't see any questions over here in the chat. So anyone wants to share any more questions, please be open. Forum is open for you.
Sachin, how we are going to conduct this training session? Is it weekdays
Sessions?
or
Yeah,
it's training?
I'll give you.
Weekdays or
Yeah,
working
yeah.
days?
So, see, sessions, the normal sessions are planned from Monday to Friday. Okay, from Monday to Friday, and the timing of the batch would be 9 to 10, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. IST. Okay, So these are the batch timings to start with the batch or session timings. So in this 1 hour, there will be 1 hour session every day except the weekends. Okay. In these sessions, we'll be going through the concepts and details and all. It won't be any theoretical class where I just show some presentation and cover the concepts part. We will go open the SAP system. We'll go through the SAP nodes, SAP screens. Okay, the open text SPRO nodes, each and every node will go through those. I'll show you all those things practically. And then you guys also will be getting the access to the test server so that you can practice all those concepts, all those configurations, whatever we are covering in the session. You can practice all that. Okay. And if you have any questions, any queries, any points, we will discuss those in this session thoroughly and ensure that everything is clarified and understood by everyone. Any more questions? And does that answer your question? You had asked for the session details, right? This is what you were looking for.
Yes, actually, my shift starts from 9:30 a.m. So I'm just
Sorry?
thinking, is there any? My shift is starting from 9:30 a.m. So
Okay.
I'm just thinking that is there any possibility to start a little bit early, at least for 30 minutes early, so that
Okay.
I can
Okay.
accommodate myself.
Okay. We can
That
check
is
that
that.
part. We can check that part. We can check that part. We had earlier batches starting from 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, we had some
Yes.
batches like that. Okay, I'll check with Subbu. See, I am the course content part of it, so I will discuss this with Subbu. Subbu is the admin part who takes care of the batch schedules, session scheduling, and all that part. Okay, I am taking
Okay.
care of the course content and delivery of the course. So I'll discuss with Subbu and I'll let you know. I would request everyone. Okay, I request everyone to connect with Subbu and share your preferable time. As Bhaskar said, he is preferring from 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, you can also share your preferable time, 8:30 to 9:30 or 9 to 10, whichever is preferable for you. I would request everyone to connect with Subbu and share that timing with Subbu, the preferable time, and then we'll plan the batch accordingly. Bhaskar, I
Thank you,
request
sir.
you as well. Please connect with Subbu and share
Sure,
your
sure. I'll
preference with him.
sure. I'll discuss with you. So,
Okay, okay. Anyone, any questions? Okay, Raju says no questions from his end. Gopal, Ravi, any questions from your side?
No questions from my side.
Okay, thanks, Gopal. Raju has already said no questions from his side. Ravi, okay, it was a very good session, very informative. Need to talk to you, Subbu, later. Okay, okay. So Ravi will connect to Subbu or me later. So I think he's not having any questions. Okay, so if there are no more questions, no more queries, I have already shared the information related to these sessions. It will be Monday to Friday, 1 hour like every day, Monday to Friday. Okay, and please connect with Subbu and share your preferences with him. Okay, me and Subbu will discuss further and plan the batch accordingly. Okay, so guys, if there are no more questions, are
yes,
we
sir.
good to close today?
I think yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining, and do share your preference with Subbu, and we'll plan the batch. And Subbu will communicate, or he'll reach out to you when the batch is starting. Okay, with
Thank you so
the
much.
timing also. He'll share the time and the rate.
Done.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.